What's up, y'all? It's EWD33 here. Been a while since I made a video after the Falcons lost to the Giants. What was that, like 2 months? No, not 2 months ago. Yeah, probably around 2 months ago. I'm making this video about the Atlanta Braves. Go Braves. Just my predictions on the season, my All-Star predictions, and just what in general I think is going to happen with the season. First of all, I think that Atlanta. I mean, we got a young team full of talent. I mean, the oldest guys on our team are Chipper Jones and Dan Ugla. And I mean, Dan still probably got a couple more 30 home run seasons. This will probably be Chipper's last season, but if Chipper, has bats 280 with 14, 15 home runs and 60, 70 RBIs, that's good for Chipper. Chipper. I mean, if you're an Atlanta Braves fan, Chipper Jones, you love Chipper Jones, all right. But as I see it, I think the way things are, I see us going probably mid 80s in wins, 86, 88 wins. Um, I could be wrong on this. I'm hoping we outdo the Phillies. Because the thing is, I think that the NL East it's open. It's open for grabs. I mean, you got the Phillies who have made some roster moves. You got the Marlins who came up big with this whole Miami regentrification thing. And you got the Nats who have actually made some moves on the offseason. We all know the Mets are going to suck. I mean that's a given. But the thing is, with the the Falcons, the Hawks, my bad. With the Braves, is we had so much raw talent, raw young talent. We didn't have to make roster moves. We just had to sign back the players that we needed to sign back, and we'd be good to go. They're set. I mean, if you think about it, they have the best young pitching staff in the major leagues. First time their pitching staff has been projected so highly since the 1990 Braves. Actually, not the 1990. Actually, the 94 Braves, when we had Smoltz, Glavine, and got Maddox. We have never been so highly regarded in pitching. I mean, we just have an all-star pitching staff, deep pitching staff. Even going back to the minors, if someone starts struggling, they'll bring people up from the minors who are studs. So in that case, I think we're good. In the other case, with batting, offense, um, as you know, we got a new pitching coach. We got the Chicago White Sox pitching coach, and the thing is, I think we'll do all right. I project I project McCann to have a great season. He always does. He just had an injury that he was dealing with last season that kind of fucked him up. And, Hayward was slacking. I'm not completely sold on Hayward yet. I've watched him for 2 seasons, and I've watched him show strong points that gets all the fans on their side, but then I've watched him suck the rest of the year due to, like, some small injury, like, a broken thumb or something like that. So I'm not completely sold on Hayward yet. I think Freddie Freeman, that is my sleeper right there. I think Freddie will have 22, 23 home runs, 90 RBIs, bat 280. I think Uggla will have 30 home runs. Big question mark, Tyler Nicky at shortstop. Guy's never played an MLB game. He's starting at shortstop. I kind of hope he does well in the sense of a Cinderella story type thing, where he's just like this balling, shortstop type guy. You got Prado in left and Bourne in center. Bourne, one of the best, leadoff hitters, best in average, great stolen base percentage, great run total. I predict that we do have a good offense this season. I'm not trying to be a homer here. I really do think so. I really think that they've gotten over everything, and they're just trying to make it. Trying to do what they need to do to get it done in a tough division. All right, our division is going to be one of the toughest. Here's my predictions for our division. As much as I hate to say this, I still do predict the Phillies on top. As much as I hate to say that, and as much as I hope that we take out the Phillies, I predict the Phillies on top with like 95, 96 wins, somewhere around that region. I predict us second, picking up the wild card with 88, 87 wins. I predict actually the Marlins in third, but I mean, who cares about the rest of them? That's what I predict. I don't know about the rest of the league. The AL stacked up their fucking roster from NL players, so it's gonna be interesting postseason when it gets to that. But anyways, that's my prediction. I do have another prediction about the All-Stars. All-Stars on our team. Guys who I think that are going to be absolutely nasty this season. I predict 4 players. 4. 2 pitchers and 2 field players. I predict Tim Hudson going to the All-Star game again. Tim's the wily old veteran. Love Tim Hudson, by the way. Led the Braves in pitching last year. He is other than since Derek Lowe's gone. Thank God Derek Lowe's gone. Tim Hudson's gonna take up and lead the pitching staff as the veteran, and I believe Tim Hudson will make the All-Star game. Never had a losing season. Will not start this year. Second player, pitching staff. It's going to take a lot of people surprised since a lot of people might not know this guy. Relatively new guy. Brandon Beachy, averaging 10 strikeouts per 9 innings. 7-2 last season. Should have been 11-2. Got out of the game. Braves bullpen blew his leads and ended up either the win going to someone else or a loss. So Brandon Beachy, I predict. I have high hopes for Brandon Beachy. Actually, make that 5. One more person on the pitching staff. Tommy Hanson. Love Tommy Hanson. Solid player. Has been since he's been on the Braves. Recently suffered that injury. Got in a wreck. Suffered a mild concussion. Don't think that'll do anything. If he stays healthy, doesn't have his injury bothering him, I think that he will also make the All-Star team. Field players, Chipper Jones. Although predicted Chipper Jones to only have 15, 18 home runs, 70 RBIs, 280. He's one of the greatest Atlanta Brave, other than Hank Aaron, Eddie Matthews, Phil Niekro, those guys. He's one of the greatest Atlanta Braves, one of the greatest shortstops we've seen since Brooks Robinson, guys like that. So I think since it is going to be his last season, he is going to have a lot of support, not only from Atlanta fans, but all over the league, because he has been a solid player since he joined the league in 1994. Second player I got going to from fielding to the All-Star game, Freddie Freeman. I believe Freddie Freeman will have a breakout season. I really do. I mean, the kid, he's nothing but a confident player. I mean, his rookie season was second in NL voting. And I'll get to Craig Kimbrell and those guys in a second. Second in NL voting for Rookie of the Year. I think is going to be a staple in the Atlanta Braves lineup for a long time to come. If we hold him. God knows what fucking Liberty Media is going to do. Hate when corporations run teams. Other than that, those are my predictions. What I said, getting the Craig Kimbrell. I think Craig Kimbrell is going to be a good closer, but I don't think he's going to have the stuff. I mean, you saw him start to lose it at the end. He's kind of one of those guys where if he gets in his motion, gets the first out, he's good to go. But if he gets a walk or a base hit, he's done. I mean, if you look at his stats, anytime he puts a man on base, he's done. Sad, but I mean, I predict him doing well, but I don't know. I don't know about Craig after the close of that season. But that's my start to the Brave season, and I'll make more updates as we get into more of the um you know spring training and start of the season, which I'm looking forward to. I love Atlanta Braves baseball. Um, Other notes, other than Braves, Falcons. Oof, it's a tough one. Uh, Big names up for free agency. Harry Douglas. I only say Harry Douglas because I like Harry Douglas a lot as a player, and he's up for free agency. Jacksonville's actually trying to get him. Brent Grimes, Curtis Lofton, John Abraham. Um, Honestly, I really, it's tough to say with them. I like Brent Grimes a lot. I think he has the potential to be a real great player. Although he is actually getting kind of up there in 28. I mean, that's like 3, 4 more good seasons. The only problem with that is that if we don't sign back Brent Grimes, we got Dominique Franks playing cornerback, which is kind of scary. Seeing Dominique Franks perform last season, he doesn't really seem like he's the type that's going to be an all-season cornerback. Uh, I do think the Falcons will sign back Curtis Lofton, and I think that they will cut Ovi Muhaley and some of the loose ends on that team and free up money um, to get Mario Williams. I don't think John Abraham's coming back too. Mario Williams has been a big discussion with Atlanta. If you listen to the sports radio, it's been a huge discussion. You know, we need a kind of player like that at defensive end. We need a guy like that. John Abraham was our guy, but the thing is, John Abraham is old. He's not what he used to be. I mean, although when he plays, he's still good. But the thing is, we need a guy who can play 16 games a season. Quite honestly, not rack up his sack total against shitty teams. Rack him up against good teams. Put pressure on the defensive. I mean, on the quarterback and that offensive line. Because if you're gonna have a shitty secondary getting rid of Brent Grimes, you sure as hell need a good defensive line to put pressure on the quarterback. Because I mean, if you look, you got the Panthers upcoming. They're an upcoming team. The Bucks probably gonna suck next year. Sorry, Bucks fans, if you're listening to this. Saints. Um, I think 99% gonna sign back Drew Brees. I did hear in a rumor that the Redskins owner is talking private talks with Drew Brees, offering him crazy amounts of money. But the thing about Drew Brees, I think he's going to be loyal to the Saints and probably retire as a Saint, as much as I hate to say it, because I hate the fucking Saints. Um, but yeah, well, that's actually going to be interesting next 3 weeks because free agency release is coming up like that. And hopefully, unlike other Atlanta teams, they get on top of their free agency because, I mean, they are the biggest Atlanta sports team. I mean, hands down, most followed, most supported. They need to get on top of their fucking game. They cannot suck, lose all their players to free agency. Don't sign anyone big. Don't sign anyone, period. Sign a bunch of fucking, like, straight, like, average guys. Because guess what? We had a bunch of stat guys, and our defense sucked last year. Although we were 12th, if you watch the games, we could not get off the goddamn field. So we need to be big in free agency. But anyways, ZWD33, that's my piece. I know I've been gone a while. I'll make some more videos, upcoming Braves and free agency Falcons. You have a good one. Peace.